The real report is kind of designed to be a snapshot of the Louisiana economy on a quarterly basis. So it's put together by a group of students and myself in partial fulfillment of coursework in a regional economic analysis course. The idea is to provide not only for key community leaders, businesses, but also policymakers as well, kind of an indicator of where is the economy today, what are its strengths, what are its weaknesses, and then also provide some additional analysis on hypotheticals. So suppose we have a new industry coming into the area, what is that going to do for the economy? Or suppose that we have some type of shock going on, or we have some type of grant proposal in the area, what is going to be the economic impact of that within the local economy or within the statewide economy?
Dr. Scott would kind of walk us through and follow up with us on how we were doing, but he'd also point us in the right direction. So one of the biggest parts of this was we would just get stuck at times and get kind of bogged down in the numbers and trying to write it out and explain it, and he'd help walk us through. But at the end of the day, we were able to put together reports that collected all this information to show all of the different economic activity going on within the state, and then showing the broader impact of that away from just the specific area where it's happening, to show like the ripple effect going on throughout the state.
It's almost like a freelance kind of style, where it's like the project's on you, like you're not being restricted to, oh, you have this test, you have this homework, you got to do all this. It's instead just, this is the topic we're going to focus on. Like, it's up to you guys to kind of like have the drive to kind of like find out the areas you're interested in, like really put this project together. And that's kind of what I like. I like kind of being on my own and just being able to work and find what I want to find.
There's a major disconnect between economic theory and the reality of the data. And that's one thing that we largely miss and lack within a more general, broad study of economics as a major. And unfortunately, I feel like that's really where economics has the most to offer. That's where it shines, is in the ability to communicate the value of theory when it's applied. And so I'm trying to get our students to really kind of examine what is the world they live in, and then how can we use the tools that they learn throughout their major to better understand that and to make better decisions.
Each one of us as students worked on a different piece, and Dr. Scott kind of gave the big, broad overview, and putting it all together, it turned into something special.
So my part of the report was mostly like a total income, real GDP and all that stuff, like see what, like how our numbers compared to other states and compared to the United States. So the trends I saw in like our specific area of study were kind of like areas that we don't do so well at. And usually our numbers dip pretty low, especially after Katrina and like the housing market crash. It's a little negative to see stuff like that, but it kind of helps us like see where we can get better at, maybe hopefully towards the future, and improve in those areas and just build back up our economy.
My section was focused towards industry specifically, and I looked a lot at the manufacturing industry within the state and its response over the last 10 to 15 years, and then honed in on a couple of other up-and-coming industries and compared them to industry as a whole within the state of Louisiana.
It was wonderful. The report looks incredible. It's impactful. It's easy to read. The design work is spectacular. It's been just an absolute thrill and joy to work on this project.